Greetings, beautiful soul. I'm so happy that you have found your way to this video and my YouTube channel because I feel that if you're here, there is a reason and a purpose. And I'm so happy that I am able to offer something to you, whether it's through my YouTube channel or through work that we could do together. So in this video, I want to introduce myself and my channel and the work that I do. So my name is Clara Kalindida Luz. I am a survivor of intergenerational and personal trauma. I have faced a lot of trauma in my life, as well as trauma that was passed on to me from the previous generations in my family. I was born and spent the first 10 years of my life in a communist country at the time called Czechoslovakia. There was a lot of trauma in this country. We had been through 2 world wars, and then communism. All of these things really impacted my family and the environment that I was born into, both the greater cultural environment and my own family environment. As well, I faced my own traumas, such as the loss of my father to suicide when I was 9. And subsequently, shortly after, my mother decided to escape our country with myself and my elder brother. We eventually made our way to Canada as refugees. And these traumas were never addressed. I thought that I was perfectly fine. But I was not fine, and because of that, other traumatic things happened to me. I suffered depression, as my father had before me, as well as sexual assault, being in a very long-term abusive relationship. And all of these things impacted very much the kind of life that I was able to lead. And so, quite by accident, I began delving into my childhood trauma at first, 7 years ago, which opened up a big trauma wound that I was not expecting, that I had no resources to deal with, and really no adequate support. At that time, my family and I also moved back to China, where I absolutely had no support. And this was probably the darkest time of my life, extremely bad family situation, and this trauma wound that was now opened and that I didn't know how to deal with. Then we eventually moved back to Canada, and 4 years ago I began working with Richard Hastings, who's an intuitive counselor, whose approach truly helped me immensely. And it was so effective that myself and 5 others were trained by him in his approach. His approach has not been published. He has a website, but does not go into detail of his approach, although he talks a lot about dream interpretation, which is part of his work. I will post the link below to his work, as well as all of my information. So his approach really is something he developed that draws on NLP and some other healing modalities. And it looks at present day triggers and situations and difficulties and examines them in the approach of looking at the negative emotions associated with certain experiences. And Richard has delineated how each negative emotion has its own kind of code, he calls it. The way that it works and what it does in your mind and what you need to develop to overcome this particular situation. So the negative emotion has a lot to do with the solution. And it doesn't just work on the present day situation, but traces it back to its origin. And there can be multiple origins, and you have to heal each origin. And often with large trauma, you have to go back and heal things from different angles as you're healing and as you're progressing. So the actual healing part of the approach uses visualizations, auditory exercises, or kinesthetic exercises. And I have been doing my sound healing work for the last 3 years, and I've been able to combine his approach with this work to create a much more effective model, something where, because playing these singing bowls and instruments and drum puts people in a very deep meditative state from which it is possible for me to access your subconscious, both to ask questions and understand things that you may not be aware of and your limiting beliefs, as well as planting healing suggestions, affirmations. It works a little bit like hypnosis. And the bowls themselves also have an effect on the body, on the healing of the body. And really, in my work, I address the mind and the body and emotions and behavior. It's a very holistic approach. Particularly, these metal bowls work much more on the physical level. And if possible, it would be very beneficial if you came to do healing work with me in person. I live in Vancouver, Canada. However, I have been working to bring this approach online because I do feel that a lot of people will benefit from this healing approach, and I want to offer it more widely. So I have bought this microphone, which in my sound healing videos you cannot see because it's placed at the bottom on the ground, because the sound of the bowls actually resonates outward rather than upward. And with this microphone, you can really hear these metal bowls in a much deeper and better way. And so I am able to do this healing work with you online. So on this channel, I also offer free meditations on different topics. These can be very helpful as well. However, if you want to get at the root of your personal issues, it is much more beneficial when I can create a meditation tailor-made for you. And I also offer other things such as various ceremonies, again, that can be tailor-made to your needs. I can work with groups. If you're interested in working with me, I suggest you click the links in the description of this video. I have a Facebook page that describes all the different services that I update regularly. And as well as you can follow me there and on my Instagram page. I also have a Healing Journeys YouTube channel. There I do more of the talking and describing how I was able to heal various issues I've been facing. So I will also link that below. So please visit that channel as well if you are more interested to learn how to deal with various situations on your own. So I thank you very much for watching, and if you have any questions, please do contact me either through Facebook Messenger or Instagram. My about description also has my email. And the best thing to do really is to schedule a free call with me where you can tell me about your situation and I can get a sense and let you know how I think I could help you. So please do subscribe to this channel so you receive regular notifications of my new meditation videos. And I look forward to speaking with you. Thank you very much. Namaste.